Hello and welcome to the CSR Journal. Today we have Ms. Prerna Langa from Yes Foundation with us. We will have a chat with her about CSR activities that the bank has been involved in. Hello, welcome ma'am.
Hello, it's a pleasure to be speaking to you.
Ma'am, firstly we would like to know the CSR activities that Yes Foundation has been involved in.
Right. As you're aware, Yes Bank has been in this line of responsible banking right from its inception, and in fact there is a huge focus on sustainability, including triple bottom line reporting on people, planet and prosperity. Yes Foundation was established in 2012, and the mission and the vision of the foundation is really to work towards an equitable and empowered India. Because we truly believe that having done a lot in the area of sustainability, now it's the time to contribute towards nation building.
So, you have this new activity, new as in it's in the third round.
Right.
Yes, I'm the change.
Right.
Can you tell us the motive behind the initiative?
We thought that it's very important to see as to how we can really contribute towards building the ecosystem, the social ecosystem in India, and to be a catalyst in this aspect. A lot of other foundations and corporates are doing wonderful work focused on health, education, skills, etc. And from our perspective, we saw a huge potential in the youth of India. And in fact, it was during the Nirbhaya case, it was the youth that was on the forefront demanding justice for Nirbhaya. And we saw that latent potential in the youth, and considering more than 65% of India is under the age of 35, they are a huge constituent and a future of India. And on the other hand, we saw a huge potential in the non-profit sector. A lot of NGOs are doing the most wonderful work and are really going deep at the grassroots level and making an impact. They do need support in terms of volunteers, like especially youth. They do need support in terms of telling their stories and communication resources. So from a Yes Foundation perspective, we thought let us marry the two and see as to how we can make an impact. So like I was saying, with the youth, you can't really direct them and tell them go and volunteer with this particular cause and do this or do that. They don't like any sermonizing, they don't like any sermons. It has to be experiential. So we thought that let's start something where they get that positive accidents happen to themselves. So we started Yes I'm the Change, which is a 101-hour social filmmaking challenge, wherein at 6 o'clock in the morning you will get a surprise topic. The topic could be a social cause, like senior citizens, education, women's safety. It could be a random act of kindness or an everyday hero. The whole purpose of Yes I'm the Change is that while they're making the film, when they come across these people, like for instance, there was this girl Sudeshna, and her background is that she has done her filmmaking from FTII, and she entered this just for fun, but she didn't know that this would not just be another filmmaking challenge. For her, it has transformed her life. Her topic was everyday hero, and once she got this topic, she was like, what should I do and how will I find the subject of this topic? So as usual, you know the first person you go to, I guess, is your parents. So her mother helped her out, and she said, just few days ago I read in the newspaper about this lady called Pratima Devi, who is a scavenger, lives on the street but is still feeding 300 dogs. So and she was right next to their house in PVR in Delhi. So Sudeshna said that I've seen the dog, but I never knew that there was a lady behind this. So she went immediately and met Pratima Devi, and she was surprised to see that in spite of not having anything, this lady is a support and comfort to 300 beings.
Correct.
So she said, contrary to my earlier belief, where I thought that as a youth, when I grow older and I have enough money, only then I can contribute.
Correct.
My whole perspective of giving changed. So this is the real purpose of Yes I'm the Change. And what happens is the youth get very attached to the causes.
Right.
And they have this lifelong association.
And then they start working for it.
They start working for it, and we have seen thousands of people, working for causes. For example, this lady Sudeshna, she got a call 6 months ago saying that during the rains, Pratima Devi, her hut, because of the thunderstorm, there was like the whole hut got displaced. So she had called Sudeshna for help, and Sudeshna was very concerned. So what she did is, using her film, she did a crowdfunding campaign, and as a result of which she collected 82,000 rupees.
That's nice.
Yeah, so as a result, the roof got, she was able to repair her roof, Pratima. She was able to get all the plastics for the dogs during that time. So like this, we have thousands of stories of change. So the youth are using, are getting inspired. There's a ripples of change happening, where they are taking on further projects.
Correct.
And contributing to society.
So, is it because filmmaking is kind of a glamour part and very interesting thing for youth? So, is it because of that also that you are roping in? That's a way to rope in youth for social change.
Actually, to be honest, the youth of India are absolutely they really want to give back. So even if you just tell them, make a film to benefit society, they're coming ahead and doing it.
Now, I'm sure with these films you must be getting many social issues coming up.
Yeah, yes.
So does Yes Bank or Yes Foundation, for that matter, also look into funding certain issues, or working on those issues
Right.
as such?
So, like you rightly said, this whole association with the filmmaker and causes becomes a lifelong kind of association. They start their own non-profits, they volunteer, they become catalysts or ambassadors for that cause.
Correct.
So we do get a lot of requests, and keeping that in mind, we have instituted grants and special prizes called the Yes, I'm the Change Maker Award.
Okay.
Where we are giving grants to people who want to take forward their cause.
What is the amount for that, is it?
So we are giving, to start with, 1 lakh rupees each.
Okay.
And we plan to increase. We currently have instituted for 3 winners, and we plan to increase this number because we are
Okay.
very keen to actually even make an impact on these particular causes.
Correct.
The other thing that we do, and is which we believe is more important than even money, is mindset transformation. Because our whole purpose of Yes, I'm the Change is mindset transformation. We believe mindset transformation is very important, and just to give you an instance in one line, if a youth from Mulund in Mumbai could go to Syria to join ISIS, that shows a amount of importance that mindset transformation could have. Because youth need to feel a sense of belonging, a sense that they're living for a larger purpose, and the sense that I want to contribute. And what better than a place like India with so many, there's so much of positive energy in India. There's so many wonderful non-profits doing work for youth to channel their energy. So hence, this is the other purpose.
Now talking about Yes Foundation has been in place since 2012, right?
Yeah, 3 years now,
Yeah.
December 2012.
So with the CSR mandate being in place, what difference has the mandate brought to the budget of your foundation?
Basically at Yes Foundation, we believe really it's not about just spending money indiscriminately. It is about having a proof of concept. It is about having impact. So in fact, from last year to this year to last year, my budget has already doubled.
Okay.
So it's about demonstrating impact. For Yes, I'm the Change particularly, we started with 2,200 participants, which went on to 50,000 last year, and this year we have 5 lakhs, making us the world's largest social film movement.
Okay.
So it's also about demonstrating and incrementally showing impact.
Correct.
That you get more funds. In fact, we are going to be starting a second program called Yes Scale Up.
Okay.
Next month itself, where we are building capacity of non-profits, NGOs,
Okay.
in the area of financial management and communications.
Okay, so using your managerial skills there.
Yes, and also the whole idea is to have this financial management perspective and governance perspective to help them to then get access or enable them to get more funding. We believe that would be very useful.
You've been in the corporate side earlier,
Right.
yeah. So how is it being on the social responsible side of the business now?
Okay. I feel absolutely wonderful. I feel that my life's vision and mission for myself is fulfilled. I had done my MBA degree some 18 years ago, and only after I entered the social sector did I find myself using my management degree.
Okay.
Because contrary to what people think, the social sector is highly dynamic, and there's so much to do in terms of application of self. And considering that there's so much to do and there's so many issues, etc., and that there are lean organizations, there's you have to deal with all aspects. You have to know finance, you have to know marketing, you have to know quality, you have to know all aspects.
Quantity as well.
Everything to do with any aspect of management, human resources comes into play. So I never felt more empowered than when I started working in the social sector. I think it's wonderful for me personally, and also it gives me deep satisfaction to know that I'm contributing.
Yeah. How long it has? I mean, how long was it in the corporate sector? And
so I was working till from 97 to 2003 in the corporate sector.
Okay.
And actually, as part of the corporate sector, also I've been working as doing work in the space of social. And I had the privilege of setting up the ICSA Foundation in the year January 2008 under the guidance of my boss at that time. So this is the second foundation that I have the privilege of setting up, Yes Foundation.
Do you think we need a stricter body or stricter rules to govern CSR?
I don't think so. I think at the end of the day, it's good that we have the CSR Act, because it's very important to give a guideline. And I'm very happy with the CSR Act because it has brought CSR to the boardroom, and it's become a boardroom subject that shows how important it is.
Correct.
And I think just by creating that enabling environment is good enough for corporates to really contribute. Corporates today have a conscience. It's a matter of putting systems in place to channelize, to have an impact.
What is the involvement of employees of Yes Bank in the CSR activities that you conduct?
We had 60% of the bank's employees participating in Yes Csr Change.
Okay, as in they were making movies?
Movies.
Oh.
Yeah. And 700 of our branches were involved in actually going out to schools and colleges, making presentations, inspiring college students, telling them about Yes Csr Change, and actually involving them in Yes Csr Change. So Yes Bank is actively involved in Yes Csr Change.
Okay. Do you think this involvement from employees make them better leaders at work as well?
100%, no doubt about it.
Yeah.
I feel like it's very important for employees to volunteer or to participate because not only does it help to improve that team spirit and team bonding, but it really teaches you to do something that you don't know how to do. Most of the employees don't know how to make a film.
Correct.
But just this whole process of taking up, filmmaking, it's like, really helps you in your personal life, in your business, because at the end of the day, it helps you teaches you how to take risk and how to get things done.
Correct.
Working with a team and still getting results.
Correct.
Yeah.
Now tell us one policy that you have at Yes Foundation which you think could be replicable at other organizations pertaining to CSR.
Policy. I think it's very important, like what we have done is to take up something innovative and to have a proof of concept, not to be scared to test it and see the kind of impact that it has, the kind of response that you get, and then look at taking it to scale. I feel one should see as to how one can fill the gaps within the system, because not necessarily one has to follow a traditional method of doing things, but really see in the ecosystem what are the gaps, how can you contribute. I think if you have that vision, if you have that strong intention, of course systems are important, but things fall in place. Because Yes Csr Change also, while we started with a team of 3 people, today when we have 5 lakh participants, it's the India's youth that have made it
Possible, yeah.
Totally possible. Yeah.
Right. Are you able to spend 2% of your profits as such for the social activities as
So
mandatory?
it does not like Yes Foundation is, is not applicable. We just get a fixed thing
And you go ahead.
Yeah.
Okay. In about a line, tell us what is CSR to you.
Okay, I'm going to attempt. So CSR is about a corporate running a sustainable business, at the same time contributing to environment and society towards the inclusive growth of the country.
Okay, that's nice. Thank you so much for joining us, ma'am. Thank you.
Thanks.